Opening shadows, the film opens with Jay Kelly performing at a small underground club, pouring raw emotion into his music. Flashbacks flicker of his childhood, living in the shadow of a famous but controversial father. The crowd cheers, but Jay looks haunted, almost disconnected from the applause. He rushes out after the show, avoiding cameras waiting at the exit. A voiceover reveals his struggle. They don't see me, they see him. The stage is set for a story of breaking free from legacy. The family name Jay is invited to a major record label meeting, but the execs only bring up his father. They push him to capitalize on the family name, ignoring Jay's own style. This infuriates him, but he hides it behind a polite smile. On the ride home, he vents to his best friend Malik, who reminds him he has real talent. Jay insists he won't be a copy of anyone. The seed of defiance is planted. Ghosts of the past at night, Jay scrolls through old headlines about his father's scandals. He slams his laptop shut, anger boiling beneath the surface. His mother calls, reminding him to focus on himself, not the past. She worries about him slipping into destructive patterns. Jay promises he's fine, but the doubt lingers in his eyes. The audience feels the heavy burden of inherited infamy. New collaborations, Jay connects with up-and-coming producer Layla, who sees his potential without judgment. She encourages him to channel his pain into music. Together, they start crafting an album that feels raw and original. Layla pushes Jay past his comfort zone, forcing him to face his truth. For the first time, Jay feels like someone believes in him. But new beginnings always attract old shadows. Online backlash: when Jay drops a teaser of his music online, trolls flood the comments. They accuse him of exploiting his father's name, calling him a fraud. The criticism cuts deep, undoing his fragile confidence. Malik urges him to ignore the noise and keep pushing forward. Layla tells him this is their fear talking, not truth. Jay struggles between anger and determination. Temptations of fame and established rapper D-Stax offers Jay a feature on his track. It's a tempting opportunity that could skyrocket his career, but D-Stax only wants Jay because of his father's notoriety. Jay senses the manipulation but feels desperate for recognition. He reluctantly agrees, hoping to prove himself. The deal quickly becomes more dangerous than expected. The wrong crowd, Jay enters D-Stack's world of fast money, parties, and shady business. Though thrilling at first, it soon spirals out of control. Cameras capture Jay leaving a wild party, splashing his name in tabloids. Layla confronts him, furious that he's throwing away his future. Jay lashes out, saying he needs to make his own choices. Their partnership begins to fracture. A public scandal one night, a fight breaks out at a party and Jay is caught on video. Footage goes viral, painting him as reckless and violent. News outlets compare him to his father, fueling the cycle he hates. Jay's mother pleads with him to stay out of the spotlight for a while. But Jay feels cornered. Silence might kill his momentum. He drowns himself in alcohol, spiraling further. Rock-bottom Jay wakes up in a jail cell after a drunk driving arrest. Malik bails him out, furious but still loyal. The press swarms outside, throwing accusations at him. Jay breaks down, admitting he feels cursed by his last name. For the first time, he questions if he even deserves success. This moment becomes his lowest point. The mentor appears, an older musician, Marcus, who once battled his own demons, visits Jay. Marcus tells him that pain can either destroy you or fuel greatness. He shares how he almost quit but turned his struggles into timeless art. Jay listens, shaken by the wisdom. Marcus warns him, don't run from the shadow. Learn to stand in the light. The words stick with Jay long after Marcus leaves. A new resolve, Jay apologizes to Layla, asking for another chance. She reluctantly agrees but sets strict boundaries. Together, they begin rebuilding his music, stripping away the fakery. Jay opens up lyrically about his fears, mistakes, and legacy. The songs are raw and powerful, unlike anything he's done before. For the first time, Jay feels like he's speaking his truth. The album's heart, they record a song called Unshackled Day, pouring out every emotion. The lyrics directly address his father's shadow but also his own strength. Layla is moved to tears hearing it in full. Malik tells Jay it's the best thing he's ever written. Jay realizes this album could finally define him as an artist, but the industry is still waiting to exploit him. Record label pressure, the label hears Jay's demo and wants to change everything. They demand flashy beats, shallow hooks, and gimmicks. Jay refuses, insisting his art stay pure. The execs threaten to drop him entirely. It's a make-or-break moment, sell out or stand tall. Jay chooses his integrity, even if it means losing everything. Independent path. With Layla and Malik's help, Jay decides to release the album independently. They launch a grassroots campaign online, connecting directly with fans. Slowly, the songs start gaining traction, spreading through word of mouth. The press remains skeptical, still tying him to his father. But fans who hear his music know it's real. Jay starts earning respect the hard way. Old enemies return. D-Stax resurfaces, furious that Jay walked away. He threatens to expose Jay with fabricated stories. The feud begins boiling online, creating dangerous tension. Jay debates confronting him, but risks falling back into old traps. Layla warns him not to throw away everything he's built. The decision could determine his future. Facing the threat, Jay arranges a tense meeting with D-Stax. Instead of fighting, he calmly tells him he's done being controlled. D-Stax laughs, calling him weak and destined to fail. Jay walks away, refusing to be dragged down again. The encounter marks his growth, choosing maturity over destruction. This moment symbolizes Jay breaking the cycle. Album release night. Jay's independent album drops, and fans flood social media with praise. Critics finally acknowledge his unique sound and honesty. A release party is held, but this time it's clean and uplifting. Jay dedicates the night to everyone fighting to be seen as themselves. His mother embraces him with pride, tears in her eyes. Jay feels free for the first time. The big stage. Jay is invited to perform at a major festival. He steps onto the stage in front of thousands, heart pounding. Instead of fear, he feels strength in the crowd's energy. Performing unshackled, he captivates the audience with raw emotion. The applause is thunderous, but this time he smiles with peace. He knows they're cheering for him, not anyone else. Redemption. After the performance, Jay speaks openly in interviews. He acknowledges his past mistakes but emphasizes growth. The media finally begins separating him from his father's shadow. Young fans tell him his music gave them courage to fight their own battles. Jay realizes his journey was never just about him, it was about healing others too. Where the cycle of pain begins to turn into purpose. Closing vision. Final scene. The film ends with Jay walking through the city streets at sunrise. He wears headphones, listening to his own tracks, smiling. The voiceover returns. They'll always see him, but now they see me too. He disappears into the morning light, symbolizing a new beginning. A final shot shows his album cover posted on a billboard. Jay Kelly is no longer in anyone's shadow. He is his own man.